This video is going to be a boss exclusive video showing how to easily solo DPS both bosses from Sundered Doctrine, first focusing on Zoetik. The footage is on a Warlock because I have not done this dungeon on Titan or Hunter yet. Okay, so with Zoetik, are you fed up with this encounter and how it works? Well, there's an easy way of doing this. By only using one dial, one logo, you never get ogres and you never get knights and you never use 2, 3 or 4 dial. This is the kill strat, the kill one dial strat. This involves you establishing on dial 1 far right where the kill logo is and if it's anti-clockwise or clockwise and how many positions. Each wizard killed will give you a position, a buff. You can stack that to 3. In my case it's anti-clockwise, 2 positions. So I need 2 wizards killed. That is it. One spawns mid, one spawns right, one spawns left. The awkward wizard is left for us because we only ever fight on right side. But sometimes we will need to go and kill that wizard on left. In this case, no. You need to dunk your symbol before 75% lock set progression. I repeat, before 75%. The Shrieker will read that at 75. He will read kill and then he will go to DPS. This will allow you to turn this boss into a Atrax mini style damage boss where you set up for a burst style damage. So look, we do a surge switch, we do parasite, a nova bomb, and look at the chunk we did there. That for 10 seconds damage, that's alright, you know. Now, I didn't even use the star rated scales nova, but imagine if I did, that damage would be even a little bit more. I'll tell you why I didn't run star rated scales though. The reason is because it's strict. This strat's quite strict on ad clear. You need to be on top of those wizards and the ads really quick. Whereas if I run a star rated scales class item, I might be a bit slower on ad clear. I'm talking about 5 or 10 seconds. And if I am 5 or 10 seconds too slow and I miss the lock set progression, that's 75%. If I miss it and it's a different symbol, then we're going to get something else spawning in. So that's why I ultimately stayed and stuck with Getaway Artist. Because it's free damage resist with amplified and it's good ad clear. Plus we can do the burst damage anyways because we've got a debuff via Transcendence Grenades because of Dominance, the fragment on Prismatic. We've got Parasite which will always be a times 20 shot because we clear enough ads between damage phases. Now this is incredible because you can get to damage within a minute. You're damaging the boss after every minute. Now look, you can chunk as well, look at this. Look at the chunk on that. And that's not even star rated scales. That is good. That means this entire fight is what you've just saw. You fight on right. You establish where kill logo is after every single phase. If it's 1 position, 2 position or 3. It's never 4. It's never 4. Well, you can do it 4, but you would just go anti-clockwise or clockwise depending on. So you only ever need 3 maximum. The longer this goes on, the better as well because you get more buffs on the floor. You can stack wizard buffs on the floor so that you can prep early for your next phase. So you can have heightened knowledge, a 1 buff stack, before kill comes up. For example, if that is the case and it is a 3-1, a free combo blow, a free buff 1 that you need, then you only need another 2 because you've already got 1 on you. And there might be 2 behind you, 2 buffs to pick up quickly. So this gets easier and easier every phase. And the upside is you never deal with ogres, you never deal with knights, you never deal with any other logo. You don't need to think about that stuff. You just set up your character for a burst style damage limit build. So Titans needs Curious of the Fallen Star, Thunder Crash, Hunter probably Night Orc. But all classes use Parasite on this strat. I don't see any other weapon doing as good. On a 10-second damage wave. You get 10 seconds on the strategy that I'm showing you. So that is the downside. But the upside is that this fight is so consistent now because of this strategy. This is what I'm showing to you. This is the end where we end up killing. So yeah, I'm suggesting to you, try out this. If you're somebody that doesn't like this fight like me, I don't really like it because the symbols change. Even if you've set in for stop, stop, kill, 3 stops and a kill, your stop may change to a high highs. And then you've got ogres and then it's inconsistent. We're trying, we're on a solo. We're trying to make sure that we don't mess up and don't die to some inconsistencies. This removes all inconsistencies on this strategy. At the end, you then will put the Shrieker Ball in the end encounter so that you can move on. Obviously, this is a boss exclusive video, so I'm not showcasing the entire run. I'm just showing you the easy strats for both bosses. The first encounter is a riddle. Once you understand the riddle encounter, you're fine. This one is the hardest encounter, the Zoetik one. Okay, so for the final boss, we'll call him Kev for the nature of the video. This encounter is very well designed. Unlike the Zoetik encounter, where it's just so much all at once, this one is structured, it's got formula to it, and DPS is very consistent. And I've got a good place to show you for that. But we need to explain the encounter first. Alright, so there's 3 rooms. Mid, where the boss is, and there's 2 wing rooms, left, right, and then there's a basement in the center room. You need a map. I'll link down below the map that I used. I had a map up to help me with the symbols. The symbols are fixed as in the wing rooms. So Guardian is always in the same place in the wing room. What's different is the symbols in mid, the center panel, the reader, where you read the lies and the truths. You need to hide the truths and show the you need to hide the lies and show the truth. That's exactly what you need to do. Remember, you need to hide the lies, so you need to make sure they're not glowing. The first thing you want to do before any symbol thinking, you don't want to be thinking about lore, don't worry about Bife, don't worry about his vids. You just need to dial it in, kill the subjugators, and look for a flying enemy. Because the flying enemy will reveal more than what Bife can for you. Find him. He will tell you all lies, not just one. So it's Traveller. So I've got Traveller as my liar. So I need to go back to middle. Subjugators are cleared both rooms. That needs to be done anyways. That's routine. That needs to be done no matter what. Even if you do try and figure out the law way, it don't matter. You still need to kill subjugators. Look, Traveller, Give, Guardian are my lies. See? So the lies need to be turned off. Now the ones that are lit up, so they're all lit up for me. So I've got some work to do. I've got to turn off all the lies. Now I'm looking at my graph on where those symbols are. So you would take a glance at your graph and be like, right, okay, left-hand side room has Guardian. Left-hand side room has this. It has the Witness. It has Pyramid. Whatever else it has. You then go to that room and then you need to take down the strand objects off the puzzle. Now, the person that gives you the buff are the operators. They're not the melee enemies. These guys, see them? Those guys with the backpack things on. Those give you the buff when you kill them. A 7-second buff. When you shoot, so there's 3 per puzzle. So right now we're getting rid of Traveller. Because it's Traveller. But in order to move the dial, we need to get rid of the strand stuff. We get Fredlings. Watch, the Fredlings can kill you. Be careful of them. So look, we've just turned off Traveller. So Traveller was lit up, now it's not. Here we go, we got Guardian, same thing. Rinse and repeat. The only difference is now is that we need the buff again and we need to take down the strand stuff again. I will say though, it's not just a case of knowing it, you need to do it yourself because they're like mini puzzles. Just think of them more as mini things. But once you've turned Guardian off, turning Guardian off on latter phases will be the same every time. Once you turn on Witch Queen, it'll be the same every time. Once you turn on Worm, it'll be the same every time. Once you turn on Stop or turn it off, it'll be the same every time. Just think of it as mini little puzzles that you're doing. And it's just the more repetition, the more that this is second nature to you. It'll be second nature to you at that point. So remember, you need to hide the truths, have them not lit, and you need to have the truths on and the lies not lit. So I believe I need Stop and Witch Queen on as well, which stops right there. For example, when you come down below, the operators won't spawn immediately. You need to kill some hive, maybe a hive knight. When the operators spawn up, by all means try and get the free strand items, but be careful to not overcommit. You can die. This is where I see the deaths, where you try and shoot all three and you don't shoot the friendlies and the nads kill you. That could be something. When you try and rush it, like, you don't need to rush it. You might maybe only shoot 2 because you're getting stressed by some ads. You can just pick up the buff again. So look, for example, now we've turned all the lies off, but I need stop activated to be lit up. Look, stop is there to my left. And I need sun on as well. I need the dark sun on. So the dark sun is, it's the, depending on what, right hand side room. It's the room that doesn't have the door that you shoot. So that's the last symbol that I need to light up. Oh no, it was already lit up. My bad, it was already lit up. Alright, so when you activate DPS, just go to the dial, hold square, or hold activate, whatever. Come to here, this is your DPS location. There is a disadvantage to it, but the advantages are good. Okay, try and get the boss's attention. The fire will not kill you, because you're behind the pillar technically. It will burn you a little bit, but it won't kill you. Try and get the boss's attention. He's to my right. Pop your Song of Flame and just do linear damage. I went with Sleeper because Sleeper's doing more damage per single shot than Queenbreaker. But Queenbreaker's really good in this as well. I'd done a Queenbreaker rotation and I wasn't happy with it. I was like, I'm going to try Sleeper. And I felt more comfortable using the Sleeper on this encounter than Queenbreaker. The damage will be comparable though. Because, you know, I didn't fully optimize. You know, maybe I could have done better with a Transcendence debuff. Then do my damage, you know. But the boss has to behave. If he doesn't behave, you can't always pull that off. So yeah, that was the damage rotation. So you stand on that doorway. That's what's so good about it. Is the fire will never kill you. Okay. The ads can't really kill you because you've got a healing rift to back it up. And the only downside is sometimes the boss may not push you immediately and you lose 3 or 4 seconds of damage. But if he does cooperate with you, you can do really good damage. Like, look, he's now cooperating with me, look. So now I'm able to do really good damage. He will eventually push, which he's started to do that now. But look at this place. This is a very good, this on a solo flawless completions, this is exactly where you want to stand. It's very repeatable, it's not difficult at all. I guess a fire team of 3 could stand here as well. Pop a well. You could probably definitely do that. I can't see why you wouldn't. And the thing about it is, no ads will pull you. The boss won't make you lose damage. And it's consistent. That's the thing about it. The only thing about this, though, is heavy ammo is bugged if you don't know. So sometimes on bricks, you only get a +1 when you should get +3, +4. They mentioned that. So you've got to farm ammo sometimes. So to farm ammo, once you've done all your symbols, so you've hid the truth, you've lit the truth, sorry, and you've hid the lies, is you can farm ammo before the damage phase. So you don't start damage until you want to. So you can just go and farm in the basement, right, where stop is, and just keep killing Thrall. That's what you can do with it. So yeah, the farm boss is not hard. It's nowhere near as hard as Vesper's Host. The only hard thing in Sundered Doctrine is Zoetik. But now with that strat that I've showed you, you can just basically play on right. But you do need to be assertive with your witch kills, and you need to be on top of it. But if you are playing properly on the Zoetik encounter, where you just do the kill strat on one dial, it does get easier and easier. The first phase is the hardest, but after that, you're good. By the way, don't do this on a solo run. This would absolutely lose you so far. So I thought I would kill him in time. I do kill him, but I do quick trade. But I didn't know that at the time that that would happen. But yeah, that was the run. That was the footage of this. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.